Good morning. Hey guys, this is Brandy and I'm going to give you a quick little inside whatever how I clean up my brows. I'm actually on my way to breakfast, hence my hair is not done and I have no makeup on my face. So you get to see me early with dark circles and flaws and all. So welcome to my world. But I already started cleaning up this brow here. It was like super long and overgrown, which I still need to go in. I'm going to be using a mini spoolie that came in the NYX brow powder kit, some sharp scissors. They're kind of small, they're not like your big standard household scissors, and I'm also going to be using a straight razor to finish everything up. But what I did was, I cleaned up this one because it was like super, my brows are like overgrown. As you can tell, this one, look at the hairs, they're like everywhere, they're long and crazy. So what I did, I'm just gonna, I just cleaned up, so I'm gonna stop rambling and show you guys. And what I do is I take the mini spoolie, which usually I use a bigger one, and then I just brush up, and anything that is like overgrown past your natural brow line needs to be cut away. So you just brush up, and as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that's like over that line, my natural brow line. So I'm going to, excuse me, brush up, and anything that's above there is going to be cut. So I kind of hold the hairs in place, and then I cut there. So as you can see, it's already starting to clean up and shape up. And then I'm going to keep brushing up, and I'm going to cut anything. So it's starting to shape up. Let me actually move my mirror over to this side. Sorry guys. Hopefully it won't fall down so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay, so stay still please, don't fall. Okay. So if I'm looking this way, I'm still like trying to make sure I don't mess up. But then you just keep brushing up. And as you can see, as they get towards the middle of my brow, they are super long. So I'm going to actually look up here for a second, but I'm going to try to stay in focus for you guys. So like they are crazy long, as you can tell. And I just cut along my natural. As you can see, that cleaned up pretty quick. And then you just keep brushing upward. Brush up and cut. That's a super long one. So you brush up again. Wish I could zoom in so you guys could see. And then you cut. So they're starting to come together. And then now what you do once you brush up and you cut everything up, you have to brush the opposite way to get anything that is also long that needs to come down. So I'm now going to brush downward. You kind of use your spoolie to hold the hairs in place. So you brush and hold. And I'm cutting, so that cleans up pretty nice. You come over, you brush down, use your spoolie to hold it, and you cut. So same thing over here, these are super long on my tail. Use the spoolie to hold it. Oh. Cut. And then you cut, and then you just keep brush them out. So now I'm going to come in with my straight razor, which I've already sanitized and cleaned. And then I'm going to start at the top of my brow. Like I said, I'm looking up here so I don't mess up. And you kind of want to like pull just a little bit. If you are not, let me just tell you first, if you are not accustomed to using a straight razor, don't do it. Use your little I don't have any in front of me. The little ones that come in like the beauty supply store or Sally's or whatever. Don't do this because you can seriously hurt yourself, to be like, no games. So don't, if you're not comfortable, don't do it. Use the little mini ones that are like this big at Sally's. So, because these are sharp and you will cut yourself really bad. So, but what I do, I kind of pull it up and then I start at an angle and then I just lightly go downward with my angle. Take a little bit off at a time, because if one slip, you will be in trouble. Then I come over here to the end and I start downward. So as you can see, that like cleaned up. And then I come here, so nobody wants a unibrow. And then you kind of go this way. Your brows should always be here. Should not be way over here, straight down. So then I pull up and I come right up under the brow, and then I just lightly glide the razor blade downward. Clean up that hair. And I pull back anything I want to save, and then I glide downward. Sorry, I'm looking this way like I told you guys so I can make sure. So that's coming together. And then now this one, I'm going to come towards the end of the blade and place it under where you want your highest point to be. Well, bottom highest point. And then you pull up at an angle. You get that blade right under there in that corner where you want that highest point, and then you just pull downward. And then move anything out the way that you want to save. And then you just come downward. And the thing I like about using a straight razor is that it just gives you the automatic angle, so you don't have to do anything extra. So that's cleaned up. I'm actually going to take a few more of these little hairs out right in here because they're driving me crazy, because it seems like it's not totally even. Like I said, if you are comfortable doing this, fine, by all means do it. If you are not, do not, because you will get cut. So here's the one cleaned up versus this one that is not cleaned up. So now we're going to move over to the side. So, like I said, pull up, not too tight, but pull up, and then start working your way downward, lightly glide the blade downward. Sounds like it's doing a lot, but it's not. It doesn't hurt. Just be careful. I cannot stress that enough. And then you come over on this side and you glide downward, getting rid of any little stray hairs. You guys can see that starting to clean up. Then I'm going to start on this end and do right here, kind of place it, move the hairs out of the way that you want. What you don't want, get them out of there. Hopefully you guys can see this. And clean that up. So as you can see, that's coming together. And then the last part, like I said, for the end, I start at the back end of the blade and then work down. So pull up, get it where you want it, and then you work down. Making sure that you grab all the baby hairs that you can see. And my hands are clean. I did wash them before I started. So I'm not just touching everything and then touching my face. So now clean up the back end. Ooh, my eyes are watering. Clean up the back end, and then you just start and just any little baby hairs, get them out of there. Nobody likes a unibrow. That's not cute. So anywhere you need to make adjustments to, go back in and do so. Whew. And your brows should stop at the corner of your eye, right here. So anything from here down should go. And I don't have much there, but I'll show you guys anyway. So they're all cleaned up for the most part. Let me check. There you are. And then I'll go in. I'm going to clean off my razor. I have alcohol and stuff on this cotton pad so I can clean it off and all of that stuff. When you're done, properly store your blade away so that you don't have any mishaps. Put the guard over it, out the way. And that's pretty much it. I will go in afterwards with my my NYX, my favorite. This is what I use on my brows all the time. My NYX brow powder. I put a little bit of the what do you call this, wax, and then I'll go in with the powder, and then I'll follow up with my, this is so old, but I'll follow up with a lighter concealer under the bottom of the brow to kind of outline it, and then I'll use my skin tone concealer, which I don't have. I think it's MAC NC45, and then I'll just kind of clean up the top just to perfect it. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys how I do my brows. See, all those little stray hairs are gone. Like I said, if you are not comfortable doing that razor deal, don't do it. You can find them. They're normally like 3 in a pack or something like that at the beauty supply or Sally's or whatever. So I am done rambling, and stay tuned for pictures for my face of the day on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you guys later. Happy Saturday.